JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, Port Maria small businesses get flood relief assistance. The government is providing more than $8 million to assist small business operators in Port Maria and its environs who suffered losses due to severe flooding in the coastal town earlier this year. An initial 35 flood relief checks were handed over last week at the St. Mary's Anglican Church Hall. The checks are disbursed in values of $25,000, $50,000, $75,000, and $100,000 based on the level of damage sustained as determined by Social Development Commission SDC assessment. Minister of Local Government and Rural Development Desmond McKenzie, who handed over the checks, said this initial disbursement is intended to assist the operators to begin the path to recovery. What we're doing is offering some level of assistance, especially to the small business community, he said. A total of 209 business operators in Port Maria and surrounding areas, such as Jacks River, will benefit from the support. More than 90% of businesses and homes in the town were impacted by the flooding. Mackenzie informed that a technical team has been established to address the problem of flooding in the town. The team involves representatives from the National Works Agency, NWA, the St. Mary Municipal Corporation, and the Ministry through the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM. The long-term program to sustain Port Maria and to help to mitigate levels of flooding is in progress, he noted. Mayor of Port Maria, Councillor Richard Query, in his remarks, urged recipients to put the funds towards the recovery of their businesses and to implement measures to make their establishments more resilient. It is something to assist you. It is not to replace all you have lost. We want to try to help you to strengthen those businesses to what they were before, he said. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Labour and Social Security is aiding approximately 800 affected homeowners and more than 100 arcade vendors impacted by flooding. 25-year-old man shot dead in St. Mary, murders up by 1,200% in parish. The police are continuing their probe into the shooting death of a man in Highgate, St. Mary on the weekend. The deceased has been identified as 25-year-old Tejmar Cook of Stockholm Park Housing Scheme in Highgate. A report from the police's information arm, the Corporate Communications Unit, CCU, stated that about 10:40 p.m., Cook was making his way home when a motor vehicle drove up and armed men alighted from the unit. They opened gunfire, hitting Cook several times before making their escape from the scene in the vehicle. The police were alerted, and Cook was assisted to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Cook was the second person murdered in the usually peaceful North Coast Parish on the weekend. Claudia Consing, 45, was gunned down at her shop in Cricket River on not to be above 5:30 p.m. on Sunday. Her alleged attacker was fatally shot by the police hours later in the wee hours of Monday morning. A total of 13 persons have been murdered in the parish up to April 2, according to the latest crime statistics by the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF. This represents a 1,200% increase, or 12 more murders so far this year when compared to a single murder recorded for the corresponding period last year. Police military operation in Grand Span. A police military operation was underway today in the St. Andrew community of Grand Span where 3 people, including an alleged Iradon, were gunned down last Friday. According to the JCF, the operation is aimed at locating a number of persons of interest in the triple murder, as well as finding guns allegedly hidden in sections of the community. Since the curfew last Friday, we have been in pursuit of a number of persons of interest, persons we believe that can assist us in investigations into the triple murder. We have also received intelligence that guns have been hidden in some of these locations and we are carrying out searches, said Inspector Tyrone Archer of the Grand Span Police Station. 3 men were gunned down in a late afternoon gun attack on Morgan Lane in the community last Friday. Among the dead are the alleged Don for the community and his brother. The reputed Don has been identified as Bum Shamila, otherwise called Bummer. His brother is known as Joe. Reports said that the incident took place about 5:30 p.m. Man found dead in Montego Bay. The police in St. James are now investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of a man whose body was found on Dean's Lane in Montego Bay on Monday morning. The police have not yet been able to identify him. Police reports are that about 2 a.m., residents heard what they believed to be gunshots and called the police. Lawmen arrived and found the man in a pool of blood. He was wearing a white merino, blue jeans pants, and a pair of white socks. According to the police, The man appeared to be in his 40s, is of dark complexion, stout build, and about 5 feet 10 inches tall. Investigations are ongoing. 28-year-old man gunned down in Manchester. Police are probing the murder of a 28-year-old man who was gunned down in Beverley District in Mile Gully, Manchester on Sunday. The deceased has been identified as 28-year-old Kimberly Bryan, a resident and labourer of Beverley District. A report from the Constabulary's Communication Unit said that about 7:25 p.m., Bryan was at his sister's shop when a gunman entered, ordered an item and exited. The police say explosions were heard shortly after, and Bryan was seen suffering from a gunshot wound to his face. He was rushed to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Manchester has recorded 13 murders since the start of the year. Up to Saturday, April 2, the South Central Parish recorded a 50% increase in murders when compared to the corresponding period last year. Farmers accused of shooting woman in face during attempted robbery. Detectives in St. Anne have charged 2 farmers following the wounding of a woman during a robbery attempt in Mines District in the parish on Saturday, March 19. Charged with wounding with intent, illegal possession of firearm and ammunition, assault with intent to rob and conspiracy are 28-year-old Jason Ricketts of Galetown, Clarendon, and 31-year-old Claude Davis of Boroughbridge District in Cave Valley, St. Anne. Reports are that about 11 p.m., a woman driving an Audi motor car was signaled to stop by the men who were traveling in a Honda step wagon. She was ordered at gunpoint to exit her vehicle, but she refused and was shot in the face. She sped off and was assisted to hospital by residents. Davis and Ricketts were arrested during an operation in Brownstown, St. Anne on Monday, March 21. Davis gave a caution statement, and Ricketts was pointed out during an identification parade. Both men were charged on Sunday, April 3, following police interviews. Their court date is being finalized. 12 businesses destroyed in No Forum Fishing Village fire. Several business owners at No Forum Fishing Village in Portmore, St. Catherine, spent Sunday morning viewing scenes of devastation after a fire of unknown origin ravaged a section of the establishment overnight. The blaze delivered the third blow in 4 months to Blossom Plummy Page, who owns and operates Ocean View Sports Bar and Restaurant at the fishing village, leaving her trying to figure out how to pick up the pieces. Right now it's 3 times from the year start I'm having loss. In February, in March, and now. In February about $700,000 plus. March about $1.5 million. And now about $2 million after the building is burnt down, she said. According to Page, she had closed her bar mere hour before the blaze started and returned as quickly as she got a call to assist with efforts to control the fire. But her biggest disappointment is that while she was scrambling to save what she could from her bar, people were busy looting her establishment. I got a shocking phone call minutes after 2. Saying the block that I am on is on fire. Me jump up and come here and this is what I saw. All of the back part of the building burned down. Meanwhile, an assistant punched out part of the building at the side to come in and see if we could say something. They were looting and also putting the bottle liquors in their vehicle, Page said. She added, the whole back part is burnt down, so there's nothing to close up the other half. I am not sure if I'm going home. I guess I'm going to be here because I have stuff still living there and this is my business. This is where I get my bread from, nowhere else. So right now I have to start clean up. That's the best I can do here as there's no help anywhere. And I'm not sure if you're getting any either. Me no know. It really devastating. We don't know. The blaze destroyed 12 businesses in the fishing village, resulting in an estimated loss of $16 million, according to District Officer Norman Perrier of the Portmore Fire Station, who said they received a call about the fire approximately 2 a.m. On our arrival, we saw multiple buildings fully ablaze. The unit quickly engaged to extinguish the fire at this point in time. I can't say what caused the fire, said a firefighter who was on the scene. Natasha Hutchinson, owner of a cook shop destroyed in the early morning blaze, was visibly shaken. What me I go do now? Me not have no job. This is my job, she lamented. Every day me day I start do my work. Me not like to sit down. Me like to work for myself. Me little livelihood gone now. Me not have no other source. And this me do every day. Nordia Samuels, a fisherwoman who lives at the fishing village, said she was counting her blessings as she had plans to go fishing Saturday night but had changed her mind. I was supposed to go see last night, but it coming like a God just said don't go and me no bother go. I give God thanks because me out at 13 would I'm probably burn up in there. I was in there sleeping and hear them ball out, fire, fire. Me grab me out and run out. But now me not have no if you sleep. Me engine burn up, everything burn up. Fridge, TV, clothes them, me boat engine, cylinder and stove in the shop. The only thing me save is what me have and what my son have on, she said. Another victim, Tina Francis, said that she had closed her shop, but returned as she had left her cell phone, and due to frequent break-ins, she chose to retrieve it. When I go into the shop, I was wondering why the shop so hot. Then me hear somebody bawl out, "Fire!" We thought it was coming from a shop beside us, so we kicked off the door, but it was not that shop. The fire was already in the roof of everybody building coming down. I started wet up inside my shop and take out all the gas pan outside. Everything gone up in a flames. I lose more than $3 million. I do consignment and liquor and I stop my shop separate from other business when me do. Me run a restaurant. Me fridge them stove, everything burn up. The only thing me have left is zinc. Jamaica reports 26 new COVID-19 cases, 1 death. Jamaica on Saturday reported 26 new cases of COVID-19, bringing the total number of confirmed cases on the island to 128,869. According to the latest statistics from the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the country also reported 1 more virus-related death. The death toll since the start of the pandemic now stands at 2,876. Of the newly reported cases, there were 19 females and 7 males, with ages ranging from 4 years to 78 years. Meanwhile, the latest death is an 84-year-old male from Hanover. The death occurred in September 2021. The country also recorded 67 new recoveries, bringing the total number of recoveries to 81,425. The country's positivity rate now stands at 3.0%. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.